Shalom, first and foremost, all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and to the elders at Great Millstone who do rule well and teach well. Peace, blessings, and salutation to the elect of the nation of Israel. To you I say Shalom. This is Isaiah chapter 47, verse 12. Stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be, thou shalt be able to profit. If so be, thou mayest prevail. When you read the New Living Translation, it says, now use your magical charms. Use the spells you have worked that all these years. Maybe they will do you some good. Maybe they can make someone afraid of you. And this is what Esau used. This is what they use. They use, or they work with the left hand. You know, they put enchantments out. You know, they put forth enchantments and they try to cast spells upon the people. They deal with left hand energy, magic, black magic. Okay, they are a bunch of witches and warlocks. Who? The nation of Edom, the Edomites. Esau, Edom. All right, the so-called white race. That's what they deal with. They deal with the left hand. All right. The same people that's dealing with the left hand are the same people that's in power. According to Job chapter 9, verse 24. Okay. America was built by Masons. You know, there are certain cities in this country that follow a certain pattern that goes back to the left hand sorceries. You know, verse 13, thou art weary in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers and the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. And Esau, they get their advice once again from the left hand, starting with Satan, Shaitan, the spiritual being individual, Satan, Shaitan, right? And their physical counterpart are you Edomites, the wicked, Esau, Edom. The word weary goes into tired. You know, all the different counsel and advice from the left hand has made them tired. You know, that's why they bugging out now. They're bugging out. They're in straits. You know, Esau's in straits. Esau, Edom, starting with the elite banking families, are at a very difficult point in their life. Because Esau just thinks they just have it all together. But no. They're not spiritual. They're carnal. So the different magic, the different spells, the different advice from the different left hand priesthood is not going to save them from the things that shall befall them. Verse 14. Behold, they shall be as stubble, the fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before it. Stubble is like chaff and straw, and when it get burned, it burns quickly. So it says, behold, they shall be as stubble. So the people, all right, they're not going to escape the flame. And it says what? The fire shall burn them. It shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm at. Meaning you're not going to sit before the fire to warm yourself. This is not the fire where you sit before to warm yourself. No. It says, nor fire to sit before it. Usually when it's cold, you light a fire to warm yourself. Well, you're not going to be able to sit before this fire. You're not going to warm yourself. Okay? This fire is talking about nuclear destruction from the missiles, from the intercontinental ballistic missiles that these different countries do have and do possess and do own. Okay? These different smaller countries have intercontinental ballistic missiles, right? Let the weak say that I am strong. They got their weaponry. Verse 15, thus shall they be unto thee with whom thou hast labored, even thy merchants from thy youth. They shall wander every one to his quarter, none shall save thee. Right, because everyone will go to their own habitation. All right, and hey, none of them will deliver themselves from the destruction. That's what it is. They're going to take part in the destruction. So Esau, left hand wisdom, is going to be put out. This is Revelation chapter 8. And verse 12. And the fourth angel sounded, and the third part of the sun was smitten, and the third part of the moon, and the third part of the stars, so as the third part of them was darkened, and the day shone not for a third part of it, and the night likewise. Going into how Esau, his power, his knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, we put out his technology on the left hand side. It's going to perish. The left hand side will perish. The right hand will prevail. Yes, a portion of the sun will be blocked out, and the portion of the moon being blocked out as well, due to the missiles, hitting the earth and the smoke and the mushroom cloud, and but the sun and the moon abides forever. You know, so it's talking about Esau knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. His technology. On the left hand side, his left hand side will perish. The left hand side will go down. Right? Those magical spells will not help them. The monthly prognosticators, these different witches and warlocks, that's trying to further their rule, is going to come to naught, like the scriptures say. This is Proverbs 13, verse 9. The light of the righteous rejoiceth, but the lamp of the wicked shall be put out. The NLT says the life of the godly is full of light and joy, but the light of the wicked will be snuffed out. Right? The Lord is going to put them out. Right now, people look at Esau as a god. People think that Esau has the last say so. So they go along with Esau Edom. They go along with this narrative. Even though Esau Edom speaks with the false tongue, this is Job chapter 21, verse 16. Lo, their good is not in their hand. The counsel of the wicked is far from me. How oft is the candle of the wicked put out, and how oft cometh their destruction upon them? God distributeth sorrows in his anger. They are as stubble before the wind, and as chaff that the storm carrieth away. Right? They're like straw. They're like chaff and stubble. They're going to burn. See? God layeth up his iniquity for his children. He rewardeth him, and he shall know it. His eyes shall see his destruction. He shall drink of the wrath of the Almighty. That's right, because Esau Edom thinks that their counsel is going to stand. The counsel of the wicked is far from Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai. The Heavenly Father's counsel will stand, not Esau Edom counsel. Their counsel will not stand. This is Proverbs chapter 16, verse 4. Yahweh hath made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. Yeah. The Lord he has made everything for his own purposes. Even the wicked for the day of destruction, for the day of disaster and evil, for bad times. This is Psalm 91. No, this is Psalm 94. Verse 5, they break in pieces thy people, O Yahweh, and afflict thine inheritance. Who's doing that? The wicked, right? They slay the widow and the stranger and murder the fatherless. Yet they say, Yahweh shall not see, neither shall the God of Jacob regard it. Understand ye brutish among the people, and ye fools, when will ye be wise? He that planteth the ear, shall he not hear? He that formed the eye, shall he not see? He that chastiseth the heathen, shall not he correct? He that teacheth men knowledge, shall not he know? Right, so the Heavenly Father sees everything. Okay, and he also sees that Esau, Edom is, still being the wicked, still having their eyes privily upon the poor. And Esau, Edom thinks the Heavenly Father's not looking. You see? But the Heavenly Father sees everything. So once again, Esau, Edom, that's a nation that deals with the left hand. They were created like that. They were created crooked. The Heavenly Father created them to be crooked. A crooked serpent, a snake, a deceiver, a top deceiver, an accuser. They come out the womb just straight lying, straight way. Okay? They deal with the left hand. This is Genesis chapter 3, verse 1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which Yahweh power had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, hath God said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden? The serpent represents, the wicked, which represents, Esau, Edom. Okay? The serpent, a wicked spirit, was in that man. All right? He was a serpent. He was more subtle than any beast of the field. He was more, crafty than any of the other nations that were in the earth at that time. And as you can see, that serpent is still here today. Esau, Edom, he's very crafty. The word serpent in the Hebrew is the nakash. It says to practice divination, divine, observe signs, learn by experience, practice fortune telling. To practice divination, right? That's a witch. That's what they do. They practice sorcery. That's what they do. It's in their DNA to do those things because they were created like that. That's why you see in the earth, what you see is just wickedness, all different types of philosophies, all different types of false doctrines. Divination is the practice of seeking to gain insight into a question, situation, or future event through supernatural, occult, or ritualistic means. Esau, Edom try to crown themselves to be a prophet. So they try to look into the future, and they try to look into the future by dabbling into the left-hand side. But according to Revelation chapter 8, their wisdom going to perish, their knowledge, their understanding, their power is going to perish. It's going to come to naught. So with that, all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachakorash, Shalom.